What's up YouTube, it's Shanti Hall here and welcome to the first game talk of the NBA regular season. For today's game I want to talk about the Boston Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. This is supposed to be a budding rivalry in the NBA, so I thought this might be fun to watch. But before I give you my thoughts on the game, let's talk about the numbers. Final score of the game was 105-87 with Boston taking the win. For the Celtics, Jayson Tatum had 23 points, 9 rebounds and 3 assists. Jaylen Brown had 12 points, 5 rebounds and 2 assists. And Marcus Morris had 16 points and 10 rebounds. As a team, the Celtics shot 43% from the field, 29% from behind the three-point line, and 71% from the free throw line. Moving on to the Sixers, Ben Simmons had 19 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists. Joel Embiid had 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And JJ Redick had 16 points. As a team, the Sixers shot 39% from the field, 19% from behind the three-point line, and 58% from the free throw line. Alright, so now I want to give you my thoughts on the game, starting with the Sixers. And the first thing I want to say is that I'm actually not a fan of Markelle fultz starting. It's not that I don't think he's a good player, it's more that he needs to continue to build his confidence and develop, and I think that'd be easier to do against NBA benches. He also doesn't space the floor and needs the ball in his hands, and that doesn't really fit with Ben Simmons' play style. I think at the least, Brett Brown should make an effort to stagger Ben Simmons and Markelle fultz playing time a bit more so Markelle can get more time as primary ball handler. Something else I'd like to see from the Sixers is them add another rim protector when Joel Embiid's off the floor. Obviously, you're not going to get the same kind of defensive production from a bench player that you would Joel Embiid, but the drop off from when he's on the floor to when he's off is way too big right now. Another issue I had with the Sixers was that they were turning the ball over too much. Normally this early in the season we could throw that up to jitters, but this team had a problem with turnovers last season, so I'd like to see them improve on that aspect of their game soon. The last negative thing I want to say about the Sixers was that they need to shoot a lot better from the three-point line. This though I will chalk up to being early in the season. They do have some really talented shooters in Robert Covington, JJ Redick, and Landry Shamet. I'm sure as the season continues, they'll start knocking down a lot more of the open looks that they were getting. On the positive side of things, I think the Sixers played really well in transition. A good amount of their points came from them pushing the ball after turnovers and rebounds. And Ben Simmons is extremely difficult to stop in those situations. That's all I really had to say about the Sixers, and moving on to the Celtics. And the first thing I want to say about Boston was that their ball movement was fantastic. I believe that this is something that's expected of them at this point, but it's still really awesome to see, especially since Kyrie Irving didn't really play well at all. Which actually brings me to my next thought, which is the Celtics really showed their depth tonight. Because of the way their roster is constructed, they can approach the game in so many unique ways. I can't even imagine how difficult it is to game plan for this team. Another thing I felt the Celtics did really well was crash the offensive glass and create second chances for themselves. Considering the size advantage that the Sixers generally have over most teams, including the Celtics, this is actually pretty impressive. I also believe that the Celtics did a really good job in the half court defensively. They made it very difficult for the Sixers to establish a presence in the paint, and they were able to force a lot of turnovers because of it. As far as negatives go for the Celtics, my biggest thing is that they needed to do a better job stopping Ben Simmons in transition before he crosses the three-point line. Also, the Celtics did have 14 turnovers, so hopefully that number goes down in the near future. But those are all my thoughts on the Celtics and this game. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave me a like. If you enjoy NBA videos in general, go ahead and subscribe to this NBA channel, and I'll see you guys next time.